Hi, everyone, and welcome to Who Threw the Curve, and this is a Robert Ruiz rant. And today, we're going to speak on if you're serious about changing your life, stop doing these 20 things. Or not. Who cares anyway? Are you tired of the same old monotone routine that seems to drag on endlessly like a bad soap opera? Do you secretly yearn for change but lack the motivation to do anything about it? Well, fear not, my fellow procrastinators. Today, we will dive into the mystical realm of self-improvement and reveal the 20 forbidden fruits of failure that you must avoid at all costs if you ever hope to turn your life around. Or not. Because, let's face it, who has the time or energy for all that nonsense? Let's start with number 1, procrastination, the sweet, serene song of putting things off until tomorrow. What you could easily do today. Why change now when you can always change later, right? Time is but a fleeting illusion after all. Number 2, negative thinking. Why focus on the bright side of life when you can wallow in the dark pit of despair instead? Pessimism is a new optimism, haven't you heard? Number 3, self-doubt. Who needs self-confidence when crippling self-doubt is so much more familiar and cozy? Embrace the warm embrace of uncertainty, my friend. Number 4, fear of failure. Why risk failure when you can just avoid trying it altogether? Failure is so overrated anyway. Success is for losers. Number 5, living in the past. The past is a cozy little cave filled with regrets and what-ifs. Why venture into the scary unknown of the present when you can just dwell on the past mistakes? Number 6, comparison. Remember, the grass is always greener on the other side until you realize it's just astroturf. Why be content with what you have when you can envy what others have instead? Number 7, seeking approval. Who needs self-validation when you can constantly seek the approval of others? Your self-worth is directly proportional to the number of likes on your latest selfie. Obviously. Number 8, excuses. Excuses are like, well, you know the saying, why take responsibility for your actions when you can blame everyone and everything else instead? 9, toxic relationships. Surround yourself with drama and negativity like a warm, toxic blanket. Who needs healthy relationships when you have endless chaos instead? Number 10, lack of goals. Goals are like unicorns, magical, mythical creatures that don't exist in the real world. Why bother setting goals when you could just drift aimlessly through life? Number 11, comfort zone. The warm, fuzzy embrace of mediocrity. Why step out of your comfort zone when you can just stay in your cozy bubble of sameness? Number 12, self-sabotage. Why strive for success when you can sabotage yourself at every turn? It's like a thrilling game of self-destruction with no winners in sight. Number 13, ignoring feedback. Who needs constructive criticism when you can just ignore feedback and live in your own little bubble of delusion instead? The Nile is a river in Egypt, after all. Number 14, lack of self-care. Sleep? Who needs sleep when you could burn the candle at both ends and run on fumes instead? Your health and well-being can wait indefinitely. Number 15, unwillingness to learn. Why bother learning new things when you already know everything there is to know? Ignorance is bliss, they say. So why burden yourself with the weight of knowledge and growth? Number 16, playing the victim. Life is so much more colorful when you paint yourself as the eternal victim of circumstances beyond your control. Why take ownership of your life when you can just blame the universe instead? Number 17, perfectionism. Why strive for progress when you can chase the elusive ghosts of perfection instead? Remember, if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing, or so they say. 18, clutter. Who needs a clean and organized space when you can revel in the chaos of clutter instead? Dust bunnies make great pets after all. Number 19, unhealthy habits. Why prioritize your health when you can indulge in a smorgasbord of unhealthy habits instead? Who needs longevity when you can have instant gratification? Number 20, Resistance to change. Change is hard, uncomfortable, and downright scary. Why embrace change when you can cling to the familiarity of your old ways like a security blanket? In the end, dear listener, if you're truly serious about changing your life, you must avoid these 20 pitfalls like the plague. Or maybe not. After all, why bother with all this self-improvement mumbo-jumbo when you can just continue coasting through life on autopilot? Who needs growth, self-reflection, and personal development when you can just stay stuck in the same old rut forever? But hey, if you ever decide to take the plunge into the wild world of change and self-improvement, just remember, sarcasm and humor are always great companions on the rocky road to personal growth. So go forth, dear listener, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Or maybe not. It's your life after all. Thank you for listening to Who Threw the Curve. Don't forget to share us, like us. Thanks.
Sunshine, nothing weighing you down, feeling so light. I just wanna be where you